Hey there, I'm Heather Farmer, and today on Boston Girl Bakes, we are making a chocolate cheesecake. This has an Oreo cookie crust, a smooth chocolate cheesecake filling, and it's topped with a chocolate ganache for more chocolate goodness. And the best part about this cheesecake is there's no water bath needed. To start, you want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees, and we're going to grease a 9-inch springform pan. You could also line the bottom with parchment paper if you want, but that step is totally optional. We're going to start by making the Oreo cookie crust. In your food processor, you're going to pulse the cookies until they're fine crumbs, or you could also do this in your stand mixer or in a large plastic bag with a rolling pin and simply smash them to pieces. To that, you're going to add your melted butter and mix it to combine. We'll press this crust mixture into the bottom and about halfway up the sides of your springform pan. Then we're going to bake this for 8 minutes in your preheated oven, and we'll set that aside while we make the cheesecake filling. To make the filling, we're going to start by combining heavy cream and chocolate in a small saucepan, or you can do this in your microwave. You're going to heat until the chips melt and the mixture becomes smooth. If you're doing this in the microwave, I recommend heating for about 30 seconds at 50% power and stirring in between just so you don't burn the chocolate. Then we'll beat together our cream cheese and sugar in a large mixing bowl. I like to use my stand mixer fitted with paddle attachment. We'll beat the cream cheese and sugar at low speed until thoroughly combined. You want to make sure to scrape down the bottom and sides of the bowl with a spatula and beat until smooth. You want to make sure to not overmix the cream cheese at this point, or you'll incorporate too much air, which could cause your cheesecake to crack. Then go ahead and add the eggs in one at a time, beating to combine, scraping down the bowl as needed. And make sure that your eggs are at room temperature. I like to place my eggs in a bowl of warm water for 10 minutes before I start. Then you'll stir in your vanilla extract and your cocoa powder. I like to use Dutch cocoa powder, but you can also just use natural unsweetened cocoa powder. Dutch cocoa powder has a bit of a richer chocolate flavor and is a little less acidic. Then we'll add in our melted chocolate mixture that we made earlier and just beat this on low speed until combined. Again, making sure just to scrape down the bottom and sides of the bowl as needed. And that's it. The cheesecake filling is ready to be poured over the Oreo cookie crust. We'll bake this cheesecake for about 45 to 50 minutes at 350 degrees. The center of the cheesecake will still look not quite set. It'll continue to set up as it cools. Once the cheesecake is done baking, you want to turn the oven off and crack the oven door open and let it cool in the oven for 1 hour. That slow cooling is what's going to help ensure that the cheesecake doesn't crack. Once it's done cooling, you can take it out and prepare the ganache. You'll place your chocolate chips in a small mixing bowl and heat your heavy cream until very hot. You can do this again in a saucepan on low heat or in the microwave. You want the heavy cream hot but not boiling. And then pour the hot cream over the chocolate chips and let sit for about 5 minutes. And then whisk it smooth. And before you're ready to serve the cheesecake, you'll pour the ganache over the cooled cheesecake. Just return it to the fridge for a few minutes to firm up before serving. This cheesecake is best kept in the fridge. It can be placed in the fridge for about up to 3 days. I always recommend placing a paper towel over the top of it to help prevent condensation from forming. You can also freeze any leftover cheesecake for up to 3 months. And there you go, the best chocolate cheesecake you'll ever taste without a water bath needed. I hope you get a chance to try this recipe, and don't forget to try my other easy and delicious cake recipes. And until next time, happy baking.